Good evening, guys. Alright, I hope I'm audible now. We'll start right away. Yeah. So, this is our class 9. This is our class 9. In tonight class, we will be talking about time and distance, DRAN, boat and stream. Alright. So, dakan tinjun topic tinda do similar ase. Of course, olop to alalak thakibo. But again, we will be using only the distance ka formula, time, speed and distance ka formula. Okay, so let's get started. So now we all know this one, right? Distance ka formula. Distance ka formula is speed into time. Now distance ka SI unit will be either in kilometer or meter de takibo. Speed lagado kilometer per hour or meter per second de takibo. Time lagado, it can be in terms of hours or second. Minute digna takilibi, it will be timey ase. Now if you know the definition of distance, then speed laga bisaroli be very easy, because we will just rearrange it. Speed la lagi ulido, let us denote it by S. So time to left side delay, distance by time or no? Yes. And now if you're wondering again, kinauna speed to left side nishe, sign to change crew no hoy ina babna kurle, just simple as this. X is equal to y takile. We can also write y is equal to x for that reason. Now yade aro time laga this formula lagi gulido, time ekla rakhina speed to pataile distance by speed ho. Alright, now keep this in mind. For example, distance to kilometer de digina ase, time to second de digina ase, speed to pisawa lagibo. Aro option de speed to kilometer per hour de takile, we need to convert time second de digina tagado, we need to convert in terms of hours to convert kuru lagibo. Alright, so again remember this one. From bigger to smaller we multiply, and from smaller to bigger we divide. Now speed te kilometer per hour do meter per second de change kuru lagi gulido, we multiply by 5 by 18, right? 5 by 18 to kina na aishi gulido 1 kilometer to 1 meter de change kuru lagi 1 kilometer to meter de change kuru lagi gulido kilometer to meter de change kuru lagi gulido, kilometer is bigger, right? So bigger to smaller we multiply. So itu chaning na rakili ho jabo, but kina na ai ase ina bapna korle 1 kilometer to 1000 meter or no. We have 1 hour to second de change kuru lagibo, maybe second de shita change kuru na pare to, because we have a minute hand, right? Minute ase. So in an hour we have 60 minutes, and every minutes we have 60 seconds or no. That's how it is second day initial. So it is 0 to ita khatile, and there are 2 5 times and 2 3 times. Are we getting 5 by 6 3s are 18 or no meter per second? Inya ne anya lagaze. Well, we need kilometer per hour bra meter per second change kuru lagi to. Just remember this one, 5 by 18, and vice versa. Meter per second bra kilometer per hour de change kuru lagi to ulta ho jao. It will be 18 by 50. Right, it is. So keep this thing in mind. because time, speed and distance la related question kuram dido one it one lagyu. Okay, so let's start with the question. So a car traveling at a speed of 40 km per hour. Now yade in case question the speed kuina nanta gilibi, just by seeing SI unit we can say itu do speed ase. Complete a journey and 9 hours. 9 hours hour digna say, so it's time or no. So speed is given, time is given. How long will it takes to travel the same distance? ठीक है यदि distance ना जाने, but again गाड़ी लगा speed आरो किमान कुंदा चाहिए जानिंग ना तकिले, we will know the distance or no. Yes, itula same distance to aro yadi speed alak pura pisar shuli do kiman hours lo, kiman time lo. Ito hudia say how long will it takes? That means they are asking us to find time. Huli bi time pisar ni pisar agide, first thing first to keep pisar lagi huli do we need distance or no. So yadi let's say speed 1 do 40 km per hour. So 40 km per hour means what? In 1 hour 40 km charge de. 1 hour day 40 km charge. Time is given us, let's say time 1 9 hours. So kilometer per hour day ase, so equal convert curly na lage. So yede distance pisaruli do, distance is equal to formula ki ase speed into time or no. So speed is 40 into time is what? 9 hours. So yede 360 km per second. Right, just for this question, again if you're wondering kina ona itu kata kati kure ina papna gole regarding SI unit karne. So 40 km per hour yete ase into 90 hours ase, cancel buna na, that means kilometer per ase. So with this same distance, right, same distance day, that means 360 km chaule hole itia do speed to 40 km per hour noina 60 km per hour hole kiman time lo ina hodia ase. So yede time 2 will be what? Formula do time la formula do distance by speed or no. Yes, so this speed 2 wo kile manule speed 1 is what? 40 km per hour. So distance la kiman paise 360 km paise, and then speed will be what? 60, right? So 60 how much time? 6 times or no. So this will give us 6 hours or no. So 6 hours will be the answer. Alright, I hope it's clear. Alright, next one will be taken. Okay, a man walking at a speed of 10 km per hour. Yadi bi speed digina se in an hour 10 km jaase, right? So yadi speed digina se 10 km per hour. This means what? 1 hour de 10 km jaase. After every kilometer, he takes a rest of 5 minutes. So 10 kilometers a one first kilometer jabo will take 5 minutes rest, second kilometer jabo 5 minutes rest, third kilometer jabo 5 minutes rest ina jabo. How much time will be taken to cover a distance of 5 km? So asul do rest nokrina shita charge ulido ek kunda de 10 km polo paribo. Holibi yade every kilometer 5 minutes rest grow like to. So definitely all of to alag ho jawo yede. But question di hodia do 5 km chadam de kiman time lo wo hodia se. So now we know 1 hour de 10 km charge ulido aro 5 km la hodia se. So rest nokrina chadam dido. Rest nokrina chadam dido dai 1 hour de 10 km charge ulido 5 km do ki ase half of 10 km no. Yes, yade half kurile 30 km 30 minutes होना नहीं. Yes, 1 hour and a half to 30 minutes. So since left hand side the half घूरे से तो right hand side भी half घूर लगे वो दे. तो ये दे this will give us 5 kilometer now. But this is not the answer. Kili guli do itia do every kilometer die 5 minutes rest घूर लगे. तो 5 kilometer do without taking rest normally tai do 30 minutes low. But since ये दे case दिखना से that every kilometer the car a man needs to take 5 minutes rest on. So it will extra time do किमान हो. Alright. So let's say 5 kilometers होली तो ये 0 ये बस शुरू कर सकूँ. First kilometer, second kilometer, third kilometer, fourth kilometer और 5 kilometer तक ही चौले से. So as per the question यदि बड़ा इमान तक पहुँचा दम दे 5 minutes rest लो आसन. Again another kilometer जादम दे 5 minutes rest लो. यदि भी 5 minutes rest. यदि भी 5 minutes rest. यदि दो 5 minutes rest दो no लो. Why? Because after reaching the destination which is 5 kilometer the whole time is rest or no. ताई rest दे बोले से. इतने 5 kilometer पुंजा बिजली तो मोहन 5 minutes rest नुरुली भी हो जाओ तो because the whole remaining time will be what rest दे वो. तो ये दे 5 kilometer जाने दे total किमान minutes rest लो आजे 20 minutes rest लो आसन ने. So without taking rest 30 minutes लो आजे दाई 5 kilometer दो. ओली भी rest लो आदम दी दो दाई another 20 minutes extra लो बोला इको ना नहीं. So the total time will be what 50 minutes. That's the answer. Alright. In case option day hour दे ताकि शुगली दो. इधर तो मोहन answer तो 50 minutes पाइसे. But again option day hour दे ताकि ले 50 minutes तो किना उन्हें hour दे change करो. So from smaller to bigger we divide or no? Yes. मैं गुरुशी that bigger to smaller we multiply and from smaller to bigger we divide. So यदि hour initially तो from smaller to bigger कुरेसे that means we divide by 60 minutes इकला वरा काटियो. Why? Because we have 60 minutes in an hour. Right? If it is second, that means we need to multiply by another 60. नीचे दे 60 into 60. Oh no. Itu minute per second change kuli do we will multiply, right? So itu to अलग है अलग case. But for this case though 50 minutes per hour de convert kuri do we multiply by 60. But in case moi ko munda do 50 seconds takili do aro itu hour de convert kuri asuli do 50 do we know in a minute we have 60 seconds. Only 1 hour de convert kuri that means in an hour we have 60 seconds in a convert kuri like. Alright. So sai look options how like but definitely itu to minutes se dagiyo. Alright, minutes se dagiyo. But in case hour de paishuli do 50 by 60 guna kata kati guribi you will get the answer. Option do 50 minutes bhi ho pare or it can be 5 by 6 bhi ho pare. Right, or it can be in terms of point also. 5 by 6 to katile point hai na 0.0 wo. That means here 8 times is what 48 20 wo 3 times so 0.83 hours bhi over. But this is 50 minutes to more I right in wo. But in case you need to change quickly. Let's go to question number 3. Yet Kamal left for the city A from city B at 5:20 AM. तो Kamal तो city A बड़ा चाह ना city B बड़ा चाह. Alright, excuse me. Kamal left for city A from city B. तो city B बड़ा Kamal तो चाह towards city A. So ताकि मैं बजे चाह 5:20 AM de jahase at a speed of what? He traveled at a speed of 80 km per hour. That means speed 1 do 80 km per hour. Kiman diri jahase 5 hours and 15 minutes chase na 80 km/h do thik ase now we know taila speed to in 1 hour 80 km chase boli do yes 80 km/h tiala do 1 hour de 80 km chase kwala ase so 1 hour de 80 km chase boli do 4 hours chase boli do 4 hours means what 1 into 4 will give us 4 hours or no then here 180 into 4 crew lagu yate puzzle nakabide left side te in case 3 left side hulibi right side hulibi see maths so na we can rearrange the number and olop alag bhi crew paro but mohan violate no crew lage de itu ase concept itu ase yate apni left hand side te into 2 kura joli do right side dibi into 2 crew lagibo itu one tajun equal hobo lagibo if you're dividing it by half that means right side dibi half crew lagibo if you're adding by 2 that means right side we need to add by 2 in a crew lagibo to yate we need 4 hours right so 1 hour de 80 km charge holi do 4 hours mane into 4 gorile 4 hours hona na so even kilometer also increase crew lagibo so into 4 will give us 320 km pola ase but tai 4 hours ekla noina 15 minutes pi aro pulas do to itu 15 minutes to kina bisaro since 80 km/h digna say that means 15 minutes to if we convert in terms of hour from smaller to bigger we divide or no 15 minutes hour de convert korle 15 divided by 61 ane that hours action ane 15 1 times 15 4 times so 1 by 4 of what tai 1 hour de 80 km charge holi do tai 15 minutes to ki ase it's just 1 by 4 part of it so ek kunda pura bola nai to ye de 80 km bhi charta part te pak khur lagibo na because whenever you get in terms of fraction numerator decide apni kiman fraction pak khur lage right so ye de 1 hour de 80 km chase holi be out of 4 parts te 1 part e pass which is 50 minutes 50 minutes to in an hour it's 1 part out of 4 so ye de khatile 4 1 times 4 20 times to tai 20 km ekla chase na 15 minutes te 15 minutes is nothing but 1 by 4 of the hour and then we know 1 hour de 80 km pola juli do tai 1 hour pura pola nai 1 by 4 ekla polaise that means 80 divided by 1 by 4 80 into 1 by 4 hona nai so 80 divided by 4 will give us 20 km ekla to 4 hours aro 15 minutes stay dai iman tak pungji se gobi right which is 340 km hona nai because 4 hours de 320 chase and then 15 minutes de 20 km chase now iman hour pola bujite after that the speed was reduced to 60 km/h after traveling for 4 hours and 15 minutes at a speed of 80 km/h the gari laga speed to namai dije 60 km ke namai dije 60 km/h means what in 1 hour 60 km chase na yes if the distance between the two cities is 350 km so from city A to city B though 350 kilometers from here till here though kiman total kilometers holi do 350 kilometers now 340 par korise that means mon kiman bhajing na ase 10 km ekla bhajing na ase na 10 km ekla bhajing na ase 10 km ekla bhaja do yate ba shuru kura do speed 2 ase gobi speed 2 do 60 km/h ba polabo lagibo to 60 km/h pola ase gole do 10 km ekla polabo lagibo that means definitely less than 1 hour lobo lagibo kile manole 60 km/h means what 1 hour de 60 km cha ase ina kubuli mon thakala ase do but 10 km ekla polabo le ase gole do yate kiman kilometer jao so yate again we know 10 kilometer kila pachina ase which is less than an hour hobo because 1 hour is 60 kilometer. To yede in terms of minutes se pawo lagibo to kima minutes ase. We know now again. 1 hour we have 60 minutes or no? Then 60 kilometer because 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So can we write 60 minutes is equal to 60 kilometer? Definitely. So yede if we want to find for the 1 minute, then 1 minute pisar muna sildo 1 minute into 60 minutes is nane is equal to 60 kilometers. Alright. Well, lampa charge for your better understanding karne. So now 1 minute to yedi rakina. Right, 1 minute to yedi rakina 60 to pataile 60 kilometer by 60 one ne. Yes, 1 minute to yedi rakina 60 kilometer divided by 60 because 60 to yedi pata ase 60 cancel kurle 1 minute te kiman lamba charge ulido 1 minute te 1 kilometer polas na ne. Now we are left with only 10 kilometers. 10 kilometers pachina se. To 10 kilometers pulawo karne if he takes per minute per kilometer, then the 10 kilometer will take for 10 minutes on. Yede 10 kilometer class hai one pache to. Idone 1 kilometer to into 10 kurle 10 kilometer pass hai. So yadi bhi into 10 kurle this will give us 10 minutes or no? Yes, 10 minutes ho. So now Taila time will be 10 minutes ho na nahi yadi bar lo do. So here this is 10 minutes or no? So taila total time do kiman hobo 4 hours 15 minutes plus 10 minutes will give us 4 hours and 25 minutes ho na nahi. Takan hodia se at what time kiman baje de pungji ji hodia se at what time hodia se. That means now we know 5:20 de tai move out koriche. Total time do 4 hours and 15 minutes to jane. Again the other one is another 10 minutes or no? So total kiman ase 4 hours and 25 minutes ho na nahi. So yede plus kurle yede 45 minutes and we have 5 plus 9 will give 5 plus 4 will give us 9:45 AM de tai CD A do pungchu na ne. So this is the answer. Tagan at what time hotia se do kiman bachi de. So 9:45 will be the answer. Alright, I hope it's clear. Okay, next one. A boy runs 20 kilometers and 2.5 hours. 2 hours and 30 minutes. 2.5 means what? 2 hours and 30 minutes. Because 0.5 is what? Half, right? So 1 hour and a half is what? 30 minutes. So 2 hours and 30 minutes. They 20 kilometers do polaz. That means we'll get the speed. How long will it take to run 32 kilometers at double the previous speed? ठीक है यदे distance दिखना है 20 kilometers यदे time दिखना है one speed लगे है दोनों speed ला formula तो क्या है distance by time. So distance to 20 kilometers है time is what 2.5 hours or no? तो खाती भी तो 8 times or no? Right. So 8 kilometers per hour होना नहीं 2.5 तो अपने खाती बोले दिखता पाइले. We know, right? We know that 2.5 4 times is 10 or no? 20 kilometers जा से. If 10 kilometers तो 2.5 4 times as we do, we have another 10 kilometers or no? 20 kilometers है 10 kilometers is 2.5 into 4 times. So 4 plus 4 will give us what? 8 kilometers per hour दिया से. So now, as per the question, if we double the speed, 8 kilometers per hour to double kurle, the speed becomes what? Let's say speed 1, speed 2. Double kurle 8 2s are 16 kilometers per hour ho ase na nahi. Now, kiman diri jabo lagibo distance to 32 kilometers dekina ase na nahi. Yes, distance p2 ase. So yede kiman time logo ko ase. So time will be what? We know formula is distance by speed. Distance is nothing but 32 kilometers. Speed is double crochet, so 16 kilometers per hour. Kilometer cancel crochet. 16 1 times, 16 2 times as a. That means 2 hours do opore one na. That means 2 hours low one na. 2 hours lo ase. Alright, next one. So a boy goes to his school from his house at a speed of 3 km per hour and returns at a speed of 2 km per hour. So yade school aji gubi, I mean house. Taila house yade aji gubi. Boy laga yadi bra iman tak to school aji gubi. Jadam dito to speed of going. Yes, jadam dito taila speed to 3 km per hour ase. That means 1 hour day 3 km laga speed ti pola se tai. School pra kore baba saidam dito tai 2 km per hour. That means speed of coming is equal to 2 km per hour ho na nai. Yes. Now if he takes 5 hours in going and coming, tai score bra school chalaga aro school bra kore baba sado total time to 5 hours taken ase. So yate the distance between his house and school, house pra school tak to kiman ase na jane distance to moni to pisawor lagibo, for which let us assume x kilometers agubi. Yate kile meter cholana guli to yate speed to kilometer per hour digna ase. So we need distance in terms of kilometer no. Alright, option de meter de digna takile bi ikun hoy mugan itu bisar bijire will convert it. Right, so now this is a very nice question. Kile manole yate if it takes 5 hours in going and coming gulido, mon puchuli as gulido, tai chalaga time of going plus time of coming, wapas alaga, tai jun milagina 5 hours asana nai. So that's it, total time or no? Total time. So time of going though, time laga formula kya hai? Distance by speed of going hona nai. Plus time laga formula though again, distance to same as though. Core bra school chalaga ro school bra kota kado distance is same only. If it is 10 km, it will be 10 km only. Wapas adam dibi. Holibi yade the speed to alag asna. Kili manole speed of coming and speed of going are different. Yes, ekta to chadam de 3 km per hour se, ekta to wapas adam de 2 km per hour de pola se. But again, we know that tai chaigina wapas alaga time do 5 hours solution. Total time. So yade distance to najane, so let's say x kilometers say time of speed of going is what 3 km per hour. Distance wapas adam debi same hi hobo. Yade speed to get 2 km per hour say yade 5 ase. Now yade LCM lobo lagibo mon nichide 3 aro 2 ase. Yes, itu 6 ase LCM no. Every one of us know this one. LCM rule 3 1 times 2 1 1 in a crazy. Only be abnigan calculation de ball dagile or only be do number 2 mutu kando. Let me give you a very smart approach. LCM bikina pisaro. Yade denominator de key as a datibra LCM pisare. So we have 3 aro 2 number as a. Tik as a 3 aro 2. So 3 aro 2 yade number kiman tagibi de. Number chata bi tagibi, tinta bi tagibi, tuita bi tagibi, pasta bi tagibi. Number la machode सबसे तांगो वाला number साबो लगो. So यदि 3 और 2 मचोड़े 3 is the biggest number. So LCM माने की ऐसे तो lowest common multiple or no? Multiple ऐसे. तो यदि multiplication of the biggest number group. 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12 and so on. Luckily one आरो बिसारन जाओ. Now biggest number लगा multiplication लुचे, then the remaining numbers yeti to number 2 or one yeti 2 hi pachina se. But if this one is, if it's in case of 3 4 numbers, that means the remaining number will be more than 1. Ito umbra sopra first divisible number of the greatest multiple will be the LCM. So yeti 2 pachina se. Multiplication to 3 laga lo ase kili manole 3 is the biggest number here. So 3 1s are 3. Is 3 is divisible by 2? No hoy. To LCM no hoy. 6 to divisible by 2 asana nai. Yes. Idu one yade 6 lo ase mon. Right. Of course 12 be divisible ase aro number on bishi thakibo. But the first divisible number by the remaining numbers. That's the LCM, right? So one more explain kora ne olop lamba chura nishina ase. But practically one kurishuli do. That's more smarter way. One LCM with a pen and paper we can calculate also. So 3 aro 2 majore 3 is greater number, multiplication of 3 pisarbo. The remaining number wa itula multiple of the biggest number la first divisible number will be the LCM. So it is 6 paise. Nichidi 3 as a 3 2 times is 6, right? So 2 as a, right? 2 as a. Opposite x as a. So 2 into x will give us 2x. Plus nichidi 2 as a. 2 how much times is 6? 3 times. Opposite x as a. 3x times will give us 3x. Is equal to 5 to 80 as a. So now 2x plus 3x. Yeah, the variable x hem hone tajumbi plus group as a. So 2 plus 3 will give us 5x is equal to 6 5s are 30. No libi yeah, the 6 to just multiply it because we know 5 as a or yeah, the 6 right hand side anile division becomes multiplication. So 6 will come here. 5 will be cancelled. Then here x is equal to 6 kilometer 109. So now distance becomes 6 kilometer. Right? That's the answer. Holibi aro apni olop answer pisade tui pishas na lage. We can check also. We can check. How? Yate itiado alright, so that's the answer, right? Itu answer is. Holibi apni check kuru muna zuglido. It's given in the question that dai jaigina wapas hado 5 hours logina san. Yes. So we can check from here. Tai chadam de time of going. Since we know now the distance is 6 kilometer, then 6 laws. Distance, speed, time la formula do distance by speed or no. Speed to ki dekhe 3 hours dekhe chadam de. Plus while coming also time laga se, then time laga formula ki ase distance by speed. So distance aro 6 kilometer wapas aule ase. Divided by wapas adam dido taila speed to kiman dekhe 2 kilometer per hour dekhe. Kati bido 2 3 times or 3 2 times I mean, and 2 3 times 2 plus 3 to 5 hours se pass no equal or no? Then 6 kilometer is 100% right. You're scoring a 1 mark. Exam them day. Okay. Now regarding this one, yate concept chitak does it. Alright. So the concept to key is let's try to understand this one. Let's try to understand this one. Yate for example, yate question de tiala do a man goes to his office by scooter at a speed of 30 km per hour. Scooter de chadam de do taila speed to 30 km per hour de chase. So corbra chase ne koi di question de do kut par chase koi na nai. But taila office chadam de 30 km per hour scooter par jai lido. Kitia scooter par chase tai office to 6 minutes early puchase. Itia to scooter par chase holebi speed to 30 km per hour nahi na. Itia to 24 km per hour sabte pola lido. Alright. 24 km per hour sabte pola lido tai 5 minutes late ase. So practically, let's try to understand this one. For tonight's class, we're starting at 6 p.m. Right. Now 6 p.m. पर शुरू करे से ठीक है से यते अपनी गन 5 minutes early है जी 5 minutes early है जी बोली तो अपनी गन 5:55 minutes ते कुछ ऐसे ना नहीं yes 5:55 minutes ते आये ऐसे so 6 p.m. ते शुरू कर ले से होली भी अपनी गन 5:55 ते आये से whereas मोए 6:05 ते that means 5 minutes late होशी ना नहीं so मुझे लगा difference time जो total की माना से 10 minutes होशी ना नहीं yes मुझे लगा difference अपनी गन आया लगा early और मोए ला तो late मुझे लगा difference time तो की माना से 10 minutes असे ना नहीं so my point is कित्या early late नोली भी late early दिखी वो early late or late early same thing we will plus the given time. Mane yade 5 minutes late early aise. Yadi be 5 minutes late aise Mojin milaina yade inya ni bisarli bi 5 p.m. or 5:55 p.m. guna minus nukuli bi 5 minutes plus 5 minutes kurile 10% same 10% na itu duita bi plus kurile itu duita bi plus kurile 10 minutes hi pass na to ita to one concept bujise, so we will utilize only this one in order to save our time during the exam. To yade inya group, but in case moi speed alag te charam debi ima minutes per early hoa se, for example aro alag speed dikta charam debi moi early de pungche se. So yadi to earlier was early late no libi late early dekhe olibi kitia same early no libi late pungche se ulido yadi to minus kuru. Alright, earlier to one plus kurishe kitia early no libi late pungche se one minus kuru. Simple as that. Now yadi bra one pungche se that difference of two time will give us the 10 minutes or no. So one time duita do difference kuru layo. Yade minus or difference is somehow alag ase kile manole tu yade -4 or -5 chola chuli to we need to write -1 in a ligu layo. Kile bole to yade plus ase iku na daga do plus into minus will give us minus thik ase. Olibi yade plus into minus ho gane minus an hoi de. Plus into minus to number duita do plus into minus to we know it's minus, right? It only number duita do minus kure ase. Alright, bishi mano yade buzzer kai lago bore. It only I'm just clarifying it. Plus into minus ho gane yade minus ho no ide because yade multiplication sign nahi to. But plus aro minus tagane we know plus into minus is what? Minus. It only number do 4 aro 5 to minus kule 1 pass. But kile sign minus I juli to yede 4 or 5 majore the bigger number is what? 5, right? And 5 carries minus sign. It only yede -1 has. But if this was in terms of difference to what denote gray, then taijundo minus gray ase. Will be the solution do hotai positive te I will like. Yede minus te doesn't matter, you write it as positive. So 4 minus 5 to kya also the -1 I will like, but this is difference, right? It only had 1 in a. So these things are what fundamentally is but definitely we often make blunder no. For that reason, I believe apni janena tagyu pare. So let's continue with the question. Now, the distance of his office is kwase yate mohan janishi dia do time la kota was yes 6 minutes early or 5 minutes late as it. So time of going at a speed of 30 km/h to his office difference kili manu yedi difference cholas na mon time of going to his speed at a to his office at a speed of what 24 km/h speed to ala ala ase एक बार early pung jase एक बार late pung jase तो यदि early late usually do 6 minutes early 5 minutes late that means 6 plus 5 will give us 11 minutes or 11 minutes time laga formula to mon jane that it's distance by speed. So distance to ki ase na jane mon itu bisabo lagyo, so let us x kilometer speed to ek baar chadam de do once is 30 km/h, so here x by 30 km/h difference of the other time also distance to same distance chase tai office to office chase na taila taijula speed he alag ase manu to same ase but speed he alag te cha gane ek bar early pungjise ek bar late pungjise. So distance by speed to ki ase it is 24 km/h is equal to 11 minutes ase, but speed to km/h ase yete 11 minutes ase. So we need to convert these 11 minutes in terms of hour or no hour de convert kor lago. Now minute is smaller than hour, so we need to convert from smaller to bigger. When we convert that one smaller to bigger we divide, right? So divided by 60 minutes. This will give us hour. Yes, I hope this is clear. Now, next to ite bhi LCM bisaro. LCM bisaro. Yes, LCM bisaro lago. So LCM do moi agi de kwala nishina de apni an follow group najuli do this is possible. 30 or 25 noile bhi apni an itu bhi puchana guli do it's fine. You can find this way in our bisarvi. Now let me just, since I introduced that style, let me utilize that one. 30 or 24 mature bigger number is 30, right? 30. Multiplication of 30 jabo like 31s are 30, 32s are 60, 33s are what? 90, 34s are 120, and so on. 160 in jabo. We have the other numbers for 24. So 30 is not divisible by 24. It will be no. 60 is divisible by 24. No, it will be no. 90 is impossible. But 24 is divisible. 120 is divisible by what? 24. No. So the LCM becomes 120. Wait, 120. 24 how much times? 5 times as a day. Into 5 times will give us 120. So 30 how much times? 4 times will give us 120 or no? So 4 into x will give us 4x. 24 into 5 times will give us 120. So 5 into x will give us 5x. Yate 11 by 60. Now since niche de iku number alag pinai sign b alag iku nai tayon single out or no. So now we can cancel niche. 61 times 62 times is 120. We can cancel this way. Since we have a different sign here, 4x minus 5x will be one number do 1x ipaw. So 1x ase. So even if we don't write 1 here, we know 1 do ase. Right? 4x or 5x to minus kule x ase. 1x is equal to yede 2 into 11 will give us 22 kilometer. That's the answer. So distance from his house maybe question dito kuina nai, but to his office is kiman kilometers ulito, it's 22 kilometer. Alright, so that's the answer. So same thing with question number 6. Yati do for a change late ahina se. So kitia same bawo moi goje time do minus koi diu. Yade speed 1 azigubi, yade speed 2 azigubi. But we need to be very careful. Yade question do one bhalra prugo lagu. So that's why you and I first hand experience kurina je. So manobi class 10 pass kurina je. So apni on india kurishna nai najane, but during my high school time do moambi do experience kurina channel aje. Right, definitely apni bi channel na thagibo. Khali maths exam aje. Aji rate whole take kilina nupurina. Aji rati ba shuru koriche. And it's let's say 10 chapters ase kubi. So you know, aru moi bi chane that one question by one question practice koriche kilo time par nupungju. You don't ne mon ni saigina chai do. Question de solution da saigina chai. And our exam de chai shulu do stuck kai. Meaning CSAT to as long as you practice exam hall de bhalra likhu paro. Video class haina apni practice no kurna chai chuli do. Reasoning ando paribo pare, but quants la section di do definitely exam hall de practice kure juli do mark awle je. So when we again bhalra sai chuli do CSAT quants maths portion go mon bishimano pui gai, and definitely that's why you all are here. Will be bhalra sai chuli do. It's all about simplification as a day. Because at the end of the solution, apni time and distance, definitely it will have some formula. Percentage as a formula, but last answer bisaram de apni plus minus division multiplication kurule. So mogan itu speed para kurule na para karne mogan time para nopungche na koi. Aro itu speed holi do apni practice kuru lagi. So that's the main concept. Alright. Anyway, coming back to the question, yade a boy walking at a speed of 20 km per hour reached his school 30 minutes late. ঠিক আছে তাই লেট পৌঁছি আছে কেতিয়া 20 km/h পলা আছে next time he increased the speed by 4 km/h तो यदि ताई next speed लगा दो 4 km/h रे चान होई दे but this was increased that means earlier speed 1 to 20 km/h de pula ase boli to ताई next time speed to 4 hours increase krise that means previous day 20 km/h dakse 4 hours increase kule this will be 24 km/h right one pucha bijli to we find it very easy but one practice no kule definitely will get stuck there and if you put 4 km/h then definitely option there nedi with answers to right now it says 10 minutes late to yadi be late does no so now let's say time of one difference of time of do ketia same late early as you go as a one minus kuru like one nai so 30 minutes minus or difference of 10 minutes time holi bi speed holi bi distance holi bi ketia bi solution do minus in napai practically speaking I've never heard of इतना केमा बचे जुगले तो -6:30 PM असे इनान one कोता नकोय नोलिबी from Dimapur to Koima to किमान किलोमीटर जुगले तो -45 किलोमीटर इना तो कोता नकोय ना so that's logical so कितिया अपनियान कुरिया से even if the option do minus it agile you will never take minus laga ta option do because time will be speed will be distance will be will never get the answer in terms of minus right so yede time la formula do distance by speed so distance to na jane debi so let's say x as could be speed to first speed to chadam de 20 km/h ba difference of another time be distance by speed which was 24 km/h yede 20 minutes pass yes 20 minutes now 20 or 24 majore LCM ki mano hoide so again it's up to you you can do 20 24 kona LCM kuru parbo yede 2 10 times 2 12 times and then 2 5 times 2 6 times and then 5 to napare so here 5 1 times or 6 ragese 2 1 times 3 times 3 1 times 1 times as long as 1 napatak to 1 kuru layo and then you can multiply everything and you will get 120 will be if you're again wanna utilize moya kidi kwa laga to 20 or 24 majore we know it's what 24 is greater number so multiplication of 24 24 1 times 24 24 2 times is 48 24 3 times is 52 or 72 I mean 72 and then 4 times will give us what 96 and then here 120 and so on now the remaining is what 20 bajina se 20 bra 24 divisible no 48 pin no 72 pin no 96 pin no but 120 is the LCM no so 120 yedi baise 26 times opode equal number nai ekta 1 ikla ase yede so 1 into 6 will give us 6x and then here also 24 5 times 5x 20 minutes though now we need to convert in terms of hour so 20 divided by 60 that's how we are converting in terms of hour yadi though it's up to you you can cancel this way or you can keep it like that though like this also will be I'm just doing it right yadi 61 times 62 times 6x or 5x to subtract relay x pachibo 2 into 40 will give us yadi hour we cancel korasile one cancel kuru paru to right when you put the SI unit right km/h ganaibo so hour will be cancel kilometer kla pachibo so 20 into 4 will 20 into 2 will give us 40 kilometer so that's the answer 40 kilometer will be the answer down hodiase distance hodiase so distance is what we assume it as what x right so 40 kilometer will be the answer okay so question number 8 so question number 8 though a thief spot a policeman 100 meter away and decks to his heel acha if the policeman give a chase immediately then how far would the thief have run before he is overtaken? The speed of the thief and policeman are 8 km per hour and 10 km per hour. ठीक है. How far would the thief have run? So question पर कोला सब दी दो, just a simple diagram. Thief ये देसे कुबी, policeman ये देसे कुबी. Thief तो कितना 100 meter distance ते पोलाई ना था किसे policeman बरा दिकिलुशे. दिकल लोगो ताजन किता पचे कुरुशे. Right. Let's say they are traveling in this way direction. Tajupi. Because किते भी that's also not logical, right? Policeman ये दे किता आजे और thief भी police पोला आजे उल्लू किते भी इतुला direction इतुला नहीं वो. So logical नहीं से police भी ये दे किता आजे उल्लू तो thief भी ताई police पर आरो पोला वो लगो ना. तो let's say ये दे police पर thief के तुरिया लगा चका दो ये दे से कोई. Alright. Now, very fundamental concept. Yade speed of the thief and policeman are 8 km per hour, 10 km per hour, respectively. They gonna say this is very important word, respectively. Respectively, takagane we can say yade thief first hagane thief lagado 8 km per hour, policeman la second hagane police lagado 10 km per hour ko pare. If there is no word respectively, then thief can be 8 km per hour or 10 km per hour over anyone. But again, NPSC is a, so we never know. Planter no take, time de. Right. Tamale Korean no but that's what we come across right every time. So planter no take pare. So in case it will be if you're NPSC only be NSSP can only be for future day, just follow respectively subject javi. So now, again one thing. Question bro dia do police pura thief ke duria do thief tu yedi bra iman tak pola wona ne. Yedi bra iman tak pola. So kiman tur polai na takibo. Ina kwase do yedi bra thief tu yedi bra shuru kurase yedi bra shuru kurase yedi thief ke duria se. But again, speed to police pura kita asna. So police laga speed must be greater than thief laga speed. Noheli do turu na paro. If the speed of the thief was faster than speed of the policeman, no turu. So yadibi that's also logical. So here speed of a policeman to 10 km per hour say, so let's say speed of the policeman is 10 km per hour. Speed of the thief is 8 km per hour. So speed of the policeman though faster hogane at one point of time definitely thief ke kitao paru do. Right. So that's the concept. Now yate mugan diagram liga damde. We talk about distance, we talk about speed. Time la koda honai. Holibi again, practically speaking, thief to yate ase, police to yate ase. Tika logo kita baji gure meaning thief to yadibra imanta pula do yadibra imanta pula suppose x hours logic we alright then police pi yadibra thief ke turala imanta pula do tai bi x hours se una nai time would be same kilo do thief pi 1 hour Pola azulito, police P 1 hour kitase. Noturada. Aro thief P 2 hours pola azulito, police P 2 hours kitase. So time of policeman and time of thief will be equal. So that's the hint in this type of question that now we can say time of policeman is equal to time of thief. Formula of time to kya hai? Distance by speed. Distance by speed. So distance to na jane, right? Police to distance to 100 meter pula bijire. Aro thief pi kiman pula she to ye kita bola guna nai. So let's say this is what? Let's say y meter. Y meter is y meter. So let's say it's yatibra mata pula do y meter is So y meter distance plus 100 meter do tayo extra je kile manole itu we pulao laibo. Divided by speed of the policeman is 10 km per hour is equal to time of the thief is distance. So distance to thief do only y meter ekla pula ase na nai. Yati bra iman tak pula ase. So y meter ekla pula ase. So y meter divided by thief laga speed to 8 km per hour. Now you might be wondering again, kina ona yete muan convert nokure because speed to kilometer per hour ase, distance to meter ase, muan kilometer per hour noile bi hour kilometer per hour to meter per second de convert kuru lage noy ina babna bi kor dagbo. But again muan ede sob cancel was. Distance to meter de ase, debi meter de ase, debi kilometer per hour ase, debi kilometer per hour ase. Denominator will be cancelled. Cancel kuru parbo. Cancel kuru ase. Yedi bi cancel kuru ase. Meter be cancel. That's why we're not converting it. Right. So now cross multiply kuru lagbo, or you can cancel it. 2 5 times, 2 4 times. 4 cross multiply kuru 4 will multiply with y plus 100 or no. So 4 into y will give us 4y plus 4 into 100 will give us 400 is equal to 5 into y will give us 5y. So 400 is equal to 5y daga de 4y lui jaile minus ho jabo. So y pass na nahi. Then the question about the then how far would the thief have run? That means thief the kiman lamba pulaise, y meter pulaise, one y the 400 meter paise. Then that's the answer. That's the answer. Alright. In case the question though, at what time hotile? Ikuno we can find either from yatibra noilibi yatibra. Because distance though, if it is policeman, then y the 400 paise. Yes, time la definition to distance by speed. So y la the 400 plus 100 will give us 500 meter ase. Ida to comfort kuru lagibo. Yede 10 km per hour ase. So 10 into kilometer per hour to meter per second comfort kuru 5 by 18 multiply kuru. Cancel khata kuru definitely you get in terms of time. Right, but question though, how far would you say? That means distance of the thief ase. So that's the answer. 400 meter is the answer. Alright, yati do moitia koala do apply kuru paro. A constable follow a thief. Thik ase. Who is 200 meter ahead of the constable? So yati mai man tur ase. Yate thief this is constable. This is thief. Yate 200 meters ase tajona machode. Yati bra constable bra thief ke turi ase. Kiman tur pulaisin najane. Idorne let's say x meters could be. The thief ran at a speed of 8 km per hour. The constable and the thief run at a speed of 8 km per hour and 7 km per hour respectively. So speed of the constable is 8 km per hour. Speed of the thief is what? 7 km per hour. So now we know that the time of the constable will be equal to time of the thief. So can we write time of the constable is equal to time of the thief? Constable time laga formula though, distance by time. Distance of the constable will be what? 200 plus x. Yes, that's the distance traveled by the constable divided by speed as a. Yes, time is equal to what? Distance by speed. So speed kiman ase 8 km per hour is equal to time of the thief la formula is distance. That means x meter divided by kiman speed as a 7 km per hour. Kata kati kuru na paribo. Alright, yate open niche na pare de 8 yate 200 ina kati na paribo because yate plus ase. Alright. Now 7 2 times is 14. We have 2 0. 7x times is 7x. 8x times will give us 8x. Yate 7x will jale 8x minus 7x will give us x is equal to 1400 meter ushe x to 1 meter pisarje. So now at the constable would catch the thief in. The constable would thief the catch in. That means they're asking us to find in terms of minutes. So yadi bhi iku buzzer kauli kam nai. Kila unit will be pisarbi. Pisara bichide we will convert in terms of minutes. Alright. So now as I've mentioned earlier in the previous question that we can either find from the time of the constable or time of the thief. So now let's find. So let's try to find from here. So time bisar lage mon bisar lage. So time of the constable though, distance x to 1400. Yes, this is in terms of meter. And then 8 km per hour, that means kilometer per hour do one change ko lagbo, meter per second change ko le 5 by 18 meter per second aishi de do. Now yede 200 plus 1400 will give us 1600 into yede 5 by 18 do ulta korle 18 will come here. Now 8 and 5 will be here. That means we're getting in terms of second. Meter will be cancelled. Second de pabo. Now here 8 5s are 40. Yes, 40 is it. So 8 5s are 40, right? 40 is it. So nichi 40 is it. 0 or 0 cancel ko paribo. 4 1 times, 4 40 times. Right? Noilibi apni ani to follow ko na pargulido. It's okay. You can just do the simplification. Apni kinya kushiba hina kurubi. 5 1s are 5 ina khatibi ko noy. 2 1s are 2. It's up to you. So ide 40 arrow 1 8 ase. So if we multiply it again, if we multiply it 0 ekta ase, that means multiply korbe 0 ekta tagile 0 taigule ase. 4 8 times is 32, 3 in hand, 4 1s are 4, 720 seconds ase na seconds ase. But again, question about this minute bisarbi. So second ase, so smaller the bigger we will divide on. So 720 seconds. So if we convert in terms of minutes, that means we know in a minute we have 60 seconds. The minute pass 0 0 will be cancelled. 6 1 times, 6 1 and 2 times. Yes, so 12 minutes will be the answer. You can apply the same style here in time of the thief. X ase. So 1400 meter divided by 7 into kilometer per hour to meter per second change kor lagibo. So 5 by 18 kurbo and solve it. You will get 720 seconds and then you just convert it. You will get 12 minutes. So this question number 10 though, very easy. We learned 9 questions. You can give it a try. Alright. I think the answer will be what? Let's take. Well, let's just do right away. Yede speed digina se, yede time digina se, length hotia se, that means what? Distance hotia se. So distance is equal to 5 km per hour. They're asking us in terms of what? Meters. So 5 by 18 hebo into time to 15 minutes. But 15 minutes to ki ase? Second de cover kor lagibo. So 60 minutes, 60 seconds. And then here 6 3 times, 6 1 0 times, 3 1 times, 3 5 times. So here 1 2 5 0 meter will be the answer. Alright. So that's all about time, speed and distance. Now let's go to trend. Alright, trend de jao. So trend de bhi time, speed and distance la formula to chola ule ase. One itu gitu nacharibo. Itu to will keep applying it. Right, itu to apply kori lego. But again, yete mohan ki guru lego lido trend dido. Just keep this in mind. That trend dido, if a trend, right, while finding the length of the trend or while finding the distance bisaran dido length of the trend plus if a trend is crossing a stone ekta par kore ase, for example, nohile bi electric post ekta, nohile bi pool ekta, nohile bi ghas ekta, tree ekta, then the distance will be only the length of the trend. Right, object to ekta par koram dido, when we compare with trend, stone olibi, ghas olibi, or maybe a man, manuan olibi, animals can, it's very small object, right? When we compare with the trend, so the distance will be only the length of the trend. Olibi again, kitya trend do, that means length of the trend. Kitya trend do, crossing a bridge. Nohile bi platform ekta, nohile bi dano ekta, that means that's a olop lamba ase na edu bridge will be khatal bridge na thakibo 10-meter bridge to karigila bar hole ina do takiu bare but that's normally bridge will be platform will be tunnel will be lamba lamba thake. So in this case though, distance will be length of the train plus length of the bridge or platform or tunnel crew like that is plus crew like. Keep that in mind. When we talk about the speed, if the speed are traveling in opposite direction, moi suppose correct ta ina jase correct ta to wapas ina ase, then speed la kota wasili do that's called relative speed, right? So daijun kidia opposite sign direction aibo then speed to plus crew relative speed, right? Relative speed will be speed 1 plus speed 2. That's why one gari de bohadam dibi our opposite direction par correct actually to we sound hune that olop kharabar sound hunibo, that means speed tuita plus one mon huni ase holibi kidia gari tuita do same direction jabo speed to minus crew. That's why kidia correct tabara ekta age overtake kona jai ase iman speed to khara none, right? Same direction jabo, that means here we will minus the speed, that means relative speed to minus crew s1 minus s2, right? So while keeping that in mind, let's try to solve 1-2 questions from trend. So in what time we need to find in terms of second will a train 100-meter long cross an electric pool if its speed be 144 km per hour. So a train is crossing an electric pool, right? That means very small object. So the distance becomes only 100 meter only, and the speed is given as 144 km per hour. They are asking us to find in terms of second, that means kilometer per hour to meter per second convert koro lagibo. So time is equal to distance is 100 meter, speed is 144 ase, but kilometer per hour ho karone 1 meter per second convert koram de 5 by 18. So now we will cancel it. Yate time will be 100 into 18 will come here opode, and the 144 into 5 ase. Now let's try to cancel it. 6 3 times, 6 2 times is 12, 6 4s are 24, and then 3 1 times, 3 8 times. Now here 2 let's say 4 2 times, 4 25 times, and then 5 1 times, 5 5 times, then here 5 by 2 seconds. So this is nothing but 2.5 seconds or 2 1 by 2 seconds over. Kina 1 by 2 by chuli do 5 to 2 ra kete gadibo 2 2 times is 4, right? Edi 1 bajibo 2 to niche ebo ede che 2 niche jase ede che 1 upar jao, right? Now again question de inia dina dagile kina na 5 by 2 ani guli do multiply kori do 2 to the 4 multiply kura bijite plus kuru 4 plus 1 will give us what 5 by 2 niche de 2 ase na idone ye 2 likhe ase, right? Okay, next one. A train 300 meter long is running at a speed of 25 meter per second. It crosses a bridge. Bridge ita cross crosses. That means distance becomes what? Length of the train plus distance of the what? Length of the bridge or no? That this will give us 500 meter. Speed to kiman ase? Speed to kiman ase? 25 meter per second ase. Kiman time de? Low. Time will be what? Distance is 500, and then speed is what? 25 ase. So here 20 seconds per one. That's the answer. Question number 3. Simple. This one is simple. A train 150 meter long takes 30 seconds to cross a bridge of this much. Then the distance becomes what? Train length to 150 ase, bridge laga do 500 ase. That means distance dibo 650 meter. Time to 30 seconds lo ase, 30 seconds lo ase. So here the speed will be what? Distance by speed. 65 by 30. because this is not the final answer. It only moi ni yate 65/38 likhi ase. Kitia train do platform ekta. Ite to bridge no na platform ekta cross kurubo. Tai kiman time low in out ase. Dik ase for this one, for this case, taila distance will be what? Train laga do 500 ase or 150 I mean 150 meter ase plus platform laga do 371 that means this will give us plus kurle 0 3 2 520 meter roche. Yadi do speed to will utilize this one. Yes, then time will be what? Distance of 520 by speed is 65 by 3. So here 520 into 3 by 65 over. So now if you cancel it, then exactly divisible no but let's give it a try. No, I think it's exactly divisible. 5 1 times, 5 3 times, 5 1 0 4. And then is it divisible? Yes. 13 8 times will give us 104 because 8 3 times 24 2 and 9 at 1 8 plus 2 will give us 10. So this one is opposite as today. So 8 3s are 24 seconds. That's the answer. Alright. Let's give it a try for this one. A train leaves the station at 5 a.m. at 60 km per hour. Another train leaves the same station at 6:30 a.m. Because 1.5 hour cap ase. But the speed to again 75 km per hour digna ase and travels in the same direction of the first train. At what time and at what distance from the station will they meet? Okay. So now we need a diagram again. So first train do 5 a.m. day 60 km per hour ra polase. Dai itula train do yate pungcha dam de 6:30 a.m. azigui. Now since the speed is given 60 km per hour, 1 hour is equal to 60 kilometers. 5 a.m. to 6:30 mane kiman hours ase? 1.5 hour no? 1 hour is 60 kilometers jase, half an hour de kya ase? Half of 60, 30 kilometers bana nahi. 30 minutes de half of 1 hour. That means half of 60 is 30 ase. So tai alak train do 6:30 the move koradam de the first train already 90 km polai na taiko na nahi. Alak train wala do 6:30 they move kore ase. To alak train do 6:30 the yate station bra same station bra shuru koram de. The first train do already 6:30 to 90 km polai na taiko. Kile mandole tai 1 hour de 60 km pola ase. 5 bra shuru kurise. Then 6:30 de alak train pola garne 1.5 hour cap ase ta majode 1 hour de 60 km chasuli do half an hour de 30 km chavo. So 30 plus 60 will give us 90. Then the 6:30 they move korala station bro move korala train do kiman ase. So let's say this is speed 2 75 km per hour. Now here the speed 1 though it's 60 km per hour. Now they are traveling the same direction jase tai bi jaise upale jase tai bi yapale jase. Of the first train, at what time and at what distance from the station will they meet? So let's say yete train 1 aro train 2 do yete ayase. Yete lok pass. Alright, kita because the speed of the train 2 is 75 km per hour, that means more speed. Kita baribo. So now this is also like more like what? Police pra thief ke kita nishna ase to. Now we know again. Time of the first train is equal to time of the second train. So time of this one is yatibra imanda chado najane itone x kilometer ko ase. So here distance is what? For the first train to already yati ase. Yes, 6:30 to yati ase to. Ida to forget about 90 kilometer 5 am la to because same time as you do 6:30 am 6:30 am they should one count करे मोला था तो 6:30 am पर लो आसे तो train 1 लगा 6:30 am दी तो already यदि पुंजी ना से ताई तो यदि वह पुला से second train to 6:30 to the station di ase, that means yatiba polabo lagyo. So the first train is what? Yatiba eman tak chala distance to x ase kule and speed to 60 km/h ase kule. The next train laga speed to 75 ho, distance to 90 plus x ho lagyo na 90 plus x divided by, we have 75. 15 4 times, 15 5 times. 5x times will give us 5x is equal to 90 into 4 will give us 360 plus 4 into x will give us 4x. Now we will get 4x to left hand side 5x minus 4x will give us what? X or no? Is equal to 360 kilometer. That means now we got the distance to 360 kilometers. At what time? Kiman time day? Right, so we can either find from the first time one or the other time one, anyone. So let's find from the time one. Time one though, we know now distance to 360 as x by 60 ho lago na. But yede x to kiman ase? Kilometer ase. Yede next bola to 60 km/h ase. So ita to one eku convert kurule nalage. So yede next one to 60 km/h cancel kuru parabo. Kile ase guli to yede kilometer ase, yede km/h ase. Ita to one convert kurule eku nalage. 66 times, that means 6 hours loss na nai. Then 6 hours loss guli to exact time lagi guli to we assume both the train from 6:30 bra shuru kurche am bra. Yadi was 6 hours charge guli to 6 hours charge guli to this will give us 12:30 bm ho na nai. So at what time gule 12:30 bm, and the distance will be what? 360 km. That's the answer. Okay, let's come to Boats&Streams. Boats&Streams. So, Boats&Streams though, still we will utilize the time, speed and distance. Right, time, speed and distance to one chulao. Right, time, speed and distance chulao. Holibi yadi do aro nimsi mulu base. Kile boli do we need to deal with the speed of the current and speed of the boat or no. Speed of the current means we're talking about speed of the stream, pani laga. So for example, pani do inya utula direction niji jahazi boli do, we have a boat here. And even the boat is going this direction, that means this is downstream ase. So downstream la formula will be, let's say speed of the boat to P as equal nichi bale jahase tala speed aro pani bi nichi bale jahase uli do same direction jahase. Alright, so forget about the relative speed now. Alright, relative speed la bhari jabe, but pani bi nichi jahase boat bi nichi jahase uli do speed yuja do plus kuru lagibo na nai. So both of speed of the boat plus speed of the stream or speed of the current, let's say S as equal. Will be kita pani to nichi bane jahase, but again both to against the current. Against the current means ye the opposite direction dahi ase. So this is called upstream. Upstream ase. Then this is what boat to speed of the boat to stream ge minus kuru lagibo. Alright, minus kuru lagibo. Okay, now so keep that in mind. Right. So while keeping that in mind, we will try to solve some question. Alright. A boat travels upstream from B to A. So upstream jahase, so yede A as equal B, yede B as equal B. Upstream do inya jabo if pani is going this way. So let's say S to yede se, boat to yede equal B. Upstream asina nahi. And downstream from A to B. A to B downstream jahase uli do, this is upstream. The downstream jahase uli do, yede A brought B de pani do inya jahase S to, yede A aro B ase both B, both la speed P in a same direction jahase na nahi. That's called downstream, right? In 3 hours. That means yede ek bar upstream aigina wapas downstream jado. Total time is what? 3 hours, right? 3 hours ase. So can we write now time of upstream plus time of downstream is equal to 3 hours ligu paru na nai? It's like a boy goes to school and coming back to his house from school to house 5 hours lushi kwan is na same as a time of upstream plus time of downstream, right? Only be arrow yade ki digina jai speed of the boat in still water. Yade speed of the boat in still water diado still water diga garne yade speed of the stream ko anoi, but this is what speed of the boat, that means we're talking about boat last speed. So yade boat last speed to kiman ase 9 km per hour. Speed of the current pani laga to 3 km per hour digna se. So s is what 3 km per hour. Distance of A and B, that means yati bra mata pungcha do even if upstream olibi niche jalibi distance to from A to B as a or B to A same distance. So let's say x kilometers gubi yadi x kilometers gubi. So time la formula distance is x, upstream la formula to ki ase both minus stream hona na, yes, and then time la downstream do formula do distance which is x kilometer by downstream do both plus stream hona na is equal to 3 hours. So now put the value x divided by 9 minus 3 as a plus x divided by 9 plus 3 is equal to 3 as a. So now x divided by 9 minus 3 will give us 6 plus x by 9 plus 3 will give us 12 is equal to 3 hours as a. LCM loile 12 as a 6 2 times 2x times will give us 2x plus 12 1 times 1 into x will give us x is equal to 3 as a. 2x plus x will give us 3x. 3 as a day 12 to right hand side anile we multiply 3 and 3 cancel, that means x is equal to 12 km no. So the answer is 12 km as a, because we assume the distance between A and B is what x kilometer, right? So that's the answer. Alright, I just remember that already in case one like issue from like the video. Speed of the current will be what? Speed of the current s will be downstream plus upstream, right? So let's say downstream plus upstream divided by 2 was it. Both laga speed pisawar lagi boli do upstream minus downstream divided by 2 was it. Puzzles nago nimide we have been using s is what speed of the current or the stream, b represents speed of the boat, right? So lucky shulu do be chulabo eku noy. Next one, in a stream running at 2 km per hour a motorboat goes. So yade in a stream running at 2 km per hour diado speed of what? This is speed of the stream, right? 10 km. Yede a motorboat goes 10 km digina say, but 10 km upstream means what? Yede kilometer do, just by seeing the SI unit we can say this is distance. Upstream 10 km cha say and returns to the starting point, that means wapas aro same distance ahe ase chai gina wapas ado 55 minutes ase. Same style, time of upstream plus time of downstream is equal to total time the 55 minutes ase. But since the SI unit for the speed and distance is given in terms of kilometer per hour and up kilometer, minutes becomes to hour no. So minute to kilometer hour de change korle smaller to bigger we divide. So 60 yede hours hai na. Now even now yede mohan port laga speed na jane, right? Moni to bisawar lago find out the speed of the motorboat. Port laga speed hoti ase. So now time la formula distance ase. Now yede one already jani ase that distance is equal to 10 km. So here distance is 10 divided by both to na jane. So let's say both upstream do minus korina speed te plus time of downstream. Time la formula do distance by speed. So distance do 10 ase, but again speed for the downstream do we know it's both plus speed on speed la stream, right? Both plus p plus s. So yede khata khata gorile 5 11 times 5 20 yede paise. But again, since we need to find the value of b, nijidi the mon LCM lobo lagibo. So LCM ile thakile. Let's go to an algebra formula. We know a square minus b square is equal to a plus b, a minus b or no, which is very common in class 8 9 10 maths day. तो यदि a same আছে, b same আছে, यदि b same আছে ना नहीं, for understanding. So can we apply a square minus b square? Yes. So यदि b square minus 2 square है वो ना नहीं, formula तालेले नीचे दे इतु आइसे, which means ताइजुन आसे तो ये दुइटा आसे, ताइजुन तागिले minus बोला तागिले इतु बोला तागिशे बोली तो इतु बोला नहीं, plus बोला नहीं, so we will multiply with that one. So then ये b plus 2 आएगा, already इतु आसे, b plus 2 आसे, which means b minus 2 नहीं, so ये 10 दे b minus 2 multiply करूँ is equal to 11 by 20. Alright, algebra से तो all of the confusing होगा पड़े, but ये basic of what LCM Grazimon. Now if you open the bracket, 10 into b will give us 10b, plus 10 2 times is 20, plus 10 into b will give us 10b, minus 10 into 2 will give us what? Minus 20. And then divided by b square minus 2 square is 4 is equal to 11 by 20. Here 4 1 times 4 5 times negativo because we have minus in between. Alright. So now 20 out of 20 can be cancelled or no? Plus 20 minus 20 katile 0 as 10b plus 10b will give us what? 20p or no? Yede divided by b square minus 4 as is equal to 11 by 20 as let's write it here. Cross multiply kurle 20 into 20 will give us 400b or no? Is equal to 11 into b square, so 11p square no? Minus 11 into 4 will give us 44 no? So now this becomes itu lui jabe to, so it is 0 ho, this becomes 11p square minus 400b minus 44 as in a yes. So now splitting the middle term cruel like wo, but again smarter approach. Whenever you see this type of sign, yedi minus minus as na, so keep this in mind. Plus plus as a, minus plus as a, plus minus as a, minus minus as a. So whenever you see plus plus, just use minus minus. Right. Minus plus dikhile plus plus chulao, plus minus chulaile minus plus chulao, minus minus chaile plus minus. It's very simple, right? It is, for example, 1 2 3 or 4 agile 4 wala to ide as a ena 1 ide as a 2 as a 3 as a eku balsa kauli na. So now we know minus minus as a, that means minus minus is what? Plus or minus aibu na nahi, minus minus to plus or minus aibu. Yade 44 as a constant number 44, coefficient of b squared a, we have 11, right? So 44 arrow 11 laga LCM bisao like. Alright. So it 11 4 times, 11 1 times. Yes. Divide in the planter. 11 4 times, 11 1 times. Because we're not getting the split the middle term. Yeah, I think we did question that number ita khali luya dego pare, right? Yes, 11 by 12 because 5 11 times 5 12 times, right? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so this is 12 not 20. So it is 12 hole it will be 12 hole like So 12 means 12 ase. So 20 into 12 will give us what? 240, right? 240. Is it right? 240. Okay. Now, yate mohan LCM b na nolo. This is wrong. Yate 44 ase, yate 11 ase. Thik ase. 44 aro 11 ase. Dajula separate LCM logo laigo. So yate 44 to LCM lule. 44 to LCM lule 222 times 211 times. Yate bi kiman ase? 11 to 11 ase. So are we getting 240? So we have a number of 2 to 11 or 11 ase. So 121 plus. Okay, yes, we will get. So number to yede ina bajna 11 la LCM to 11 ase, 44 la LCM to 2 to 11 ase. Yede number charta ase. We need only two numbers, right? Two number lage. Aro itu duita number to middle value yede 240 is na. Power lage. Either plus or minus. Right, plus or minus korna. Similar with splitting the middle term. So yede saishulo to 11 2 times is 121, 121 2 times is 242 ase. 2 pajise. Yede 2 aniche. Minus korle, are we getting 240 or no? Which is the middle value, right? 240 though. Now we know 242, then the biggest number to always left side likhu. And the smallest number to yede right side likhu. So 2 aise. 242, 2 aise. Since we have 11 here in coefficient of b square, the key value dagibo, we will divide it every day. Yes. So now we have two options or no? Plus ekta ase, minus ekta ase. Well, we argue the condition when we find speed to minus ekta when I would na. It only this is cancel. So b is equal to 242 by 11. Now if we cancel it, 11 2 times is 22. Yede 22 bajina se 11 1 times or no? Or 11 2 times is 22 and then 11 2 times. Yes, so b is equal to what? 22 kilometer per hour. That will be the answer. Right, because they are asking us to find speed of the motorboat. So 11 or 22 kilometer per hour, that's the answer. Alright, this one same style with question number 2. However, yatido apnian splitting the middle term no. Kili bole you try this one, right? However, yate one LCM bisaram na yate bisaram de last day yate 10b aro 10b do plus minus online cancel kuru lagu. To ina usilo do apnian itu last style lamba do nimbisaram. Right, last day do khati uli laule. Itu aro itu la do khati uli ulao. Right, itu la 10p or 10p no wo alag number wo, but tajun cancel kurishili do constant number ekla wo and on b square class na. So definitely you will find. So you give it a try. Right, they are asking us to find the rate of the flow of the river. That means takan s hoti ase. Yede port laga digina ase. Yede distance digina ase. That's it. All together total is what 20 hours ase. That means time of upstream plus time of downstream is equal to 20 hours ase. And then you solve it. Yedi to aro hours ase, that means you could convert kuru nalage. Kilometer per hour, kilometer ase, hour ase. That means in our bisari. You will get the answer. Where? This one. A boat takes 26 hours for traveling downstream. From point A to point B and coming back to the point C midway between A and B. Now, if we're talking about the velocity, science day velocity that's a speed, right? We're talking about the speed. So speed of the stream, that means this is S. Speed of the stream. And speed of the boat, speed of the boat, that means this is what B la say. So the distance between A and B. Total time to 26 hours total time. But as per the question, from A to B, downstream cha ase wapas aidam dito midway means what middle right middle there ase a aro b la middle that means yati bai man tak to 100 kilometers holi to yati bai man tak 100 kilometers ase right so let's say this is x or x ase kubi so total distance to a to b to kiman ase 2x ase de a from here till here to 2x ase but since c is the midway that means half ho so half ase to x ho na nai anyhow right to tai ahya dam di to wapas upstream ha ahya dam di to midway yete stop kore ase cha dam di to pura ja ase right total to 26 hours so 26 hours is what time of upstream plus time of downstream ho na same funda now we know the what port laga speed stream la speed chane so we need to find the distance very easy once we find the value of x since we know a to b la to get 2x ase we'll find the value x la value talibo multiply by 2 so 26 hours ase time of upstream though distance to kiman se but the upstream do midway ta kai aya ase that means x ikla aya ase na nai x by upstream na do port is what 10 km per hour minus stream lo 4 km per hour plus downstream to tai pura jaise that means 2x ho downstream la formula kya ase speed of the port plus speed of the stream now 26 is equal to yade x by 10 4 times is 6 2x by 14 ase if you want to cancel it's fine 2 1 times 2 7 times cancel kuri 26 LCM of 6 or 7 kya ase 42 ase 6 how much times 7 times that is 7x plus 7 6 times 6x will give us 6x yade 26 ase into 42 though left hand side anile into 42 is equal to 7x plus 6x will give us 13x 31 times 13 2 times will give us 26 so x la value will be 84 kilometer alright so yade x is what half of what a and b la distance ase na tan hoti ase what is the distance between a and b so a aro b la distance will be what x plus x is 2x or no so it is 2 into 84 which will give us 168 kilometers that's the answer so that's all about time speed and distance train laga aro boat and stream ase definitely if you're kore to recording sa juli to kaldi dikhili to definitely correct me also right kore dandi to chuto muto kono ni plan mari dege all right thank you I'll see you in next class all right good night everyone